Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Talisman, 4th edition. We're still in an early stage of the game. Until now I always forgot to use that to subtract or add these values of the day card. I hope I remember that now during the second video. But it didn't make any difference until now. And the Dwarf is, well, maybe kind of in the lead. He's got some cool items. So, let's see what we can do now. The card Dark Denizens is right now in effect for another round, basically. And that means that we have to draw adventure cards. We have to draw from the dungeon deck instead of the adventure card deck. Okay, so now it's the Dwarf. And it's got a 5, 3, 4, 5. The plains for 5. Would be good to go somewhere to the hills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's hard to say. 6, 7. Okay, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I move here to the plains. And then I simply draw another one of these dungeon cards here. Okay, that's a fire. An event. A fire rages, destroying all cards of a certain type in this region. Roll 1 die. Okay, let's see. That's a 4. So we got stranger cards, and that removes then here the leper. He was burned. That's not so bad, actually. Now we can enter the village without losing a life point. And that was an event, so this card has to be flipped again. And now it's the Sorceress. And I could play now this mesmerism spell. Cast at the start of your turn. Before you move, take 1 follower of your choice from any character. And this is now a decision. I find that not easy to make, because I'm thinking about taking this faithful hound. Basically, this is not such a strong follower for her. It comes with a fight value of 3. And it can fight instead of her. But it's extremely valuable for the Valkyrie, because she can send that into battle, and when he dies, he can resurrect him. So that's a perfect ally for a perfect follower for the Valkyrie. Still, I think I will not take that one. It's not that good. It's not such a strong follower unless you have that resurrection ability. So I think I would only do this to do harm to the Valkyrie and not really to get an advantage as a sorceress. So I think I will not use that. Okay, that's a 3 now. And I could move to the hills or again to the ruins, and I will go there and draw 2 cards from the dungeon deck. Okay. So that is a soul binder. He's not that good. You may not pay fate to reroll dice during psychic combat with the soul binder. Okay, we get a 4. So let's see, that's an attack roll. Yeah, fine. Very good. Gives us a trophy. And then we got a gold seeker. Whenever you exchange any bag of gold card, you gain 2 additional gold. Wow. That is amazing. That's a very strong object. Especially at the beginning of the game, that might give us a lot of money. And it's the Valkyrie then. A 4. And, well, fields, hills, doesn't really matter, I guess. I move to the hills and draw a card. Oh, and we got 2 bags of gold. Exchange immediately for 2 gold and then place this card on the discard pile. Not bad. And then the last one during this Dark Denizens phase is the Dwarf. He's got a 3/2. So I'm thinking again of visiting the Enchantress in the city. It's a little risky, but I was doing well during the first visit. Got a lot of fate. Okay, I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to go here. And this allows me now to roll an 8-sided die, and on a 7 or 8, I'm allowed to enter the city board. And that doesn't happen, that's a 2. So now I'm going to visit the Enchantress. That's a 2, that's bad. So that would mean I will lose 1 strength, and now I'm going to pay 1 fate, and I really hope I don't roll a 1 now. So let's hope for the best here. Oh! Ooh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, that's... Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so far for the Dwarf in the lead. That will throw him back, I'm afraid. Turned into a toad, the classic. And I thought that would not happen anymore with the fate tokens. But maybe I was a little too optimistic here. Okay, so this guy is now a toad, and that means he loses all his great stuff. Here in the city, that's really painful. Also the gold, but I think he's allowed to keep the fate. I'm gonna check that. Okay, so now here we have our toad miniature, and the dwarf goes away. Instead, this is now our toad. And we will stay a toad for 3 turns. Yeah. Okay, great. So just to remember that, I'm gonna place fate tokens, I guess, on the toad. So it's now the Sorceress, and of course it would be awesome for her to go to the city and for everybody else and to grab all that stuff here. So it's quite a risk. Okay. So the Sorceress, that's a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That will bring her into the woods. And now we draw again the usual adventure cards. And that is a treasure chest. Roll a die to open the chest. Okay, so I guess I want to do that. Treasure map. Okay, so let's open the chest. That's a 2. That would mean lose 1 life. I'm thinking about throwing away a fate. So let's roll again. Oh, come on. That's a 1. So again, that's a trap. And we lose 1 life. We cannot use another fate token. You're only allowed to use 1 fate token per roll. So for her it might be a good idea to go to the doctor or so, because she is already pretty weakened. And it's the Valkyrie. And she's of course also interested in that stuff here. So she moves back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the woods. And also draws an adventure card. So this is a deranged alchemist. Stranger. Roll 1 die. That's a 5. That's good. Gain 1 craft. That's really cool. Okay. So she's at 5 craft now. Okay. And then it's the toad. So he moves into the fields. And what happens? That is a treasure trove. When revealed, roll 2 dice and place that much gold on this card. Once per visit, you may take up to 2 gold from this card. Well, I think that's not possible for the toad. You cannot cast or gain spells. Well, it's not written here, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Wouldn't make any sense. So we got to roll 2 dice to see how many gold to place there. Well, that's 8. That's quite a bit. And the Sorceress. That's a 6. That's not bad, because that 6 allows her now to move here into the woods, and she encounters the Valkyrie there, and she can use that special ability. You may take any one follower except the maiden, unicorn, or princess from a character that you land on. So the faithful hound is now hers, which is very painful for the Valkyrie. And a 1 for the Valkyrie. Well, that does not matter at all. Maybe she will move here into the plains and draw a new card. And that says Hate Monger. That's an event, so it's night again. Roll 1 die for each of your followers. Okay. Well, he's gone anyway, so nothing happens here. Card goes away. Okay. So let me see. I'm again a toad. I'm still a toad. And well, I think I will simply move back into the city. Don't want to risk too much. And this is it then. And of course, as a toad, if you move into the city, I don't roll the die to see if the gates are opened, because no one opens the gates for a toad, I think. So then it's the sorceress. That's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, that was already the second turn as a toad. And that says now Ifrit invasion. Another event. So that was a short night. Okay, roll 1 die to see where the invasion takes place. That's a 2. So that is the village. Place a Fireland token and a Ruins terrain card on that space. If that space is not on the board, roll again. The invasion then marches to the discard pile. Okay. Okay, so this is now one of these new terrain cards. That's the back side here. And that's basically just the normal ruins. If there are any cards already in this space, draw only enough to take the total of 2 cards. And yeah, we're going to place that now here. So instead of the village, there are now ruins. And then we're going to place one of these Fireland tokens. And if a character now enters this space, he loses 1 life because there is that Fireland token there. Okay, and it's the Valkyrie again. And that's a 2. That's still not good enough to grab anything of these treasures here. So she moves to the fields. Well, that's weird. That's another Ifrit invasion. Okay. Yeah, so let's see where this one happens. That's a 3, so that's in the tavern. Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. So we have here, now it's night time, and we need another ruins. Here we go. And we need another one of these markers here. Okay. Here we are. Yep, then it's again the toad. And I think I will simply move here. Nothing happens to me. And this is it then. Let me see now. Slimy toad. Okay, so I guess now, at the end of that turn, I'm a dwarf again. Okay. And then it's the sorceress. And that is a 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So she moves to the plains and draws another card. And that says Wrathborn Knight. Strength 4. If the Wrathborn's attack roll is lower than its strength, roll 1 die and add the result to its attack score. That's not good. This is not going to be easy for the Sorceress. So I guess she will send the Hound and let the Hound fight the battle here. So he attacks. He's got a 3. Oh, it's not so bad. That's a 9. And let's see what the Knight has. Yeah, that's just a 1. So that would be a 5, and then he rolls again. Ah, it's a 6. So that was cool. So they were successful. And the Sorceress might try to find a way to heal, maybe go to the graveyard or so, because she's not doing well. She could also go in the city, of course. Okay. And it's the Valkyrie now. And again, nobody was successful to grab the dwarf stuff, so maybe he was really lucky. She could now move into the chapel or here to the woods, and I guess she moves to the woods. And we'll meet a lion here. Strength 3, a lion is preying on everything in this area. So she has a strength of 4 when attacking. That looks good, that's a 9. And the lion only has an 8. So that's enough, and then she can change these 2 trophies into an additional strength point. Very good. So, and then it's the dwarf, and well, he needs a 1. That would be really good for him. Yeah, well, that was some luck now. That was definitely a lot of good luck. So he moves here, gets back all his stuff, and I gotta check if it's possible for him to visit the Enchantress once again. Just a second. Okay, so I think actually before we are allowed to grab all that stuff, we can encounter the space. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying it simply again. Damn, I want to know. So I go to the Enchantress again, roll a die, and that's a 1. Of course, this time I still have the option. I roll, pay 1 fate, and come on. This would be ridiculous. That's a 2, so I'm losing a strength. Not very lucky here. But then I can take all my stuff. And by the way, I forgot to roll now for the city if it opens. And it doesn't. That's a 4. So we're still not allowed to enter the city board. And then it's the Sorceress. And that is a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's a good idea to... I don't know. Could also move here. Good, evil. What? Either replenish. fate. Life value for free. What? No, that's not. Or pray. Damn it. I think I'm not even able to heal on the... I gotta check that. That sucks. Let me see. Evil. Replenish fate up to your fate value. Or pray. Actually, I cannot heal on the graveyard. That's weird. Okay, so I gotta find another way. In the village, there are ruins now, so I cannot go in the village to heal. So the only place where I can heal is actually the city. Makes it harder. Okay, so I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go here into the hills and draw a card. And that is an ogre with a strength of 5. So again, I think the hound has to fight. He's got a strength of 3, so he attacks. Ah, that was close. So that's a 6, and the ogre... Okay. Yeah. So I'm afraid this guy dies. The ogre stays here. Okay, and it's the Valkyrie then. And that is a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, we move here into the fields. Of course, we're all kind of hoping to get to these fields here. So it would be pretty awesome for the dwarf to go to move onto fields, because then he can use his enchanted map. That's also a great idea. Okay. And that is... What the heck? Another ogre. I shuffled that. That's weird. Okay, so well, we have another ogre here. And he attacks. Well, actually, the Valkyrie has a 5, strength of 5, so she attacks. And that is a 9. That is not so bad. And then it's the ogre. That's also 9. So that's a draw, nothing happens. And the ogre simply stays here. Yeah, it's the dwarf now. That's a 2. Well, not sure. I think... yeah, I think I'm gonna gamble again. Go to the deranged alchemist. Once you have to be lucky, huh? So, let's see. Oh, come on, this sucks. Damn it. Let's do it again. Fate token. A 5, yeah, very good. Gain 1 craft. Okay, that's at least something. But I'm getting short of fate tokens. And it's the sorceress then. That's a 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So she can now choose between the Battle Hulk or this ogre. But she could... I think she could also try to attack the Valkyrie, but this is not such a great idea, I guess. She's worse in battle. She also cannot... She could try to beguile the Valkyrie with a 6. Well, that's at least something. Do we have to encounter the ogre then? I gotta check that. It's a little complicated here with that flowchart. I'm not absolutely sure if I have to encounter the ogre first or if I can just encounter the Valkyrie. So it means that we will simply encounter the character. We don't have to encounter the card then. So we try to do that, and we will use the special ability here, and we need to roll a 6 to be successful, and then we could take a gold. No. And it's now the Valkyrie. That's a 3. This is not exactly great. Anyway, I think I'm going to attack the ogre. 1, 2, 3. So I think I'm going to risk that. I got a 5. That's not good. So I think I'm going to burn one of these fate tokens. Roll again. Okay, that's a 9. And the ogre... That's again a 9. Damn, the same result as before. Not good enough. And the dwarf again. A 2. Okay, so... It's hard to say. Okay, let's do the same. I don't know if I want to do that. But it's better than moving into the cracks, I guess. So I go again here. And first I gotta roll. Okay, nothing happens here. And then I'm gonna visit again the enchantress. We know each other now. Out! And I pay again. Yeah, a 5. Not so bad. 1 strength. But now there is only 1 fate token remaining. The sorceress, once again. A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I guess she moves 1, 2, 3, 4 here into the fields. And then another card. And that is a flying carpet. If you roll a 6 for your move, you may teleport to any other space in this region instead of moving normally. I usually forget that, but maybe I can remember this time. Let's see what the Valkyrie can achieve. A 5. 2, 3. Well, okay, she moves to the plains. And that is a zombie dragon. And this guy is tough. Craft of 8. Well, it's possible. A dreadful zombie dragon is terrorizing this area. It is possible, but it's tough. So, we got a craft of 5. And sadly we cannot add 1 now, because it just works during battle. Ugh. Well, now it's the question, do we want to roll again? Well, I don't think so. The chances are not very high that we can kill this guy. So I think I simply accept that I've lost that fight or that psychic battle. Okay, and the dwarf again, and that is a 4. So that brings him here into the woods, and we have a helmet. If you are defeated in battle and just lose a life, roll 1 die. If you roll a 6, the helmet protected you and you did not lose that life, though you still lose the battle. Well, fine. The Sorceress, a 1. Okay, let me see. What is it if you're evil and you land in the chapel? Lose 1 life. Okay, we wanna... that's definitely bad. So she moves into the cracks. And there she has to roll again. And that is a 6. That sounds good. The barbarian leads you out. Gain 1 strength. And a Valkyrie. That's a 6. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6 would be the plains. Yeah, I guess that's where she goes. That is a Vindicator. Strength? Question mark. The Vindicator has a strength of 3 if you are good, a strength of 6 if you are neutral, or a strength of 9 if you are evil. Okay, I'm good, so this guy is not so bad. If you kill him, gain 1 strength, but you must discard him instead of take him in as a trophy. Okay, that's a good chance. We have a strength of 5 then, and we can attack. So that's a 9, that's looking good. The Vindicator has not enough. So we managed to kill him, and I will gain 1 strength, and I'm doing pretty good actually. 5 strength, 5 craft, that's definitely not bad. And let's say we do the last round, so we start with the dwarf. And that is a 1. So we could now attack the Valkyrie, but I don't know if this is such a great idea actually. Probably not. And if we go here to the Battle Hulk, simply nothing happens. Okay, so I go here onto the plains, and I'm not going to encounter the Valkyrie, but I'm going to encounter the space, so I'm allowed to draw a card. And that's a bag of gold. Nice. Exchange immediately for 1 gold. And the Sorceress. That's a 1. That's not good. So, yeah, I think I'm going to move here into the fields and also draw a card. And that is a Guardian Angel. No evil character may have the Guardian Angel. Okay, well, this is the case here. The Sorceress is evil, so the angel stays here. That's a follower. You may discard the Guardian Angel during battle or psychic combat if your attack score is less than your opponent's. If you choose to do so, you do not lose the attack. Okay. And finally, the Valkyrie. And that's another 3. So these would be either the ruins, but she won't move there because she doesn't want to lose a alive, so she moves into the city. And she could also try to go to the Enchantress. I mean, she's got 3 of these damn fate tokens, so maybe we're lucky. Let's try it. That's a 5, that's great. So 1 additional strength. Okay, pretty cool. So the interesting point is maybe now that, I don't know, it's not that interesting actually, it's a little sad, but there is no expansion board yet there. It's all here on the basic board, but there's quite a bit going on now, and it's a little sad that there are these markers on the ruins. Otherwise it would be pretty cool, because you could enter here and draw cards. But the markers, well, they kind of prevent you from doing this. That's a little sad. Okay, and well, let me see. What else can I say? Well, the dwarf is doing good. He burned most of his fate tokens, but he's got lots of objects. He's doing good with his values. The sorceress is better. And, well, the Valkyrie is ahead, I would say. She's got no objects, though, but her values are pretty cool. Okay, so, yeah, I guess this is it for now. Hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.